Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. My co-host, Mr. Brody, is here, and Miss Mags is behind me on my seat here, on the co-host, on the host chair on the back. So we're bringing you game number 125 of the season. So we're getting close to the end here. Another little over a month left. This game from Wednesday, August 23rd, 1978, which was my mom's birthday, August 23rd. And the Red Sox are going to be taking on the Seattle Mariners. They'll be, see, I think this is game 2 of the series, I believe. I can't remember if I played a game yet. Trying to get to it here. Yes, this is game 2 of the series. And they won the first game. They actually won 2 in a row from the Kingdome in Seattle. So without further ado, let's get this game underway.
Welcome to the stadium for today's ball game.
Alrighty, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, why they have Dick Drago starting. He did have 1 start during the season, but according to the schedule, this was not it. So, not sure why they have him. Let me try this again here. Let's try to close it out here. I'll discard it. Let's try this again here. So I'm not sure exactly why. Play day. There we go, Mike Torres. I don't know if I hit something while I was doing it. Let's try this again.
Welcome to the stadium for today's ball game.
Alright, that's better. Not exactly sure what was going on there. I didn't exactly check, but anyway. This is much better here. Maybe I hit the wrong day or something. I don't know. Or the wrong season. Anyway, this is the Seattle Mariners taking on the Boston Red Sox here in Seattle. Game 2 of the series. Byron McLaughlin going for the Seattle Mariners against Mike Torres of the Boston Red Sox. Still game number 125 of the season. So we've got 37 games left approximately. Yeah, 37 games. As Miss Mags is now on my back. Anyway, for the Boston Red Sox, the lineup is as follows. Rick Burleson, the shortstop, will bat first. He'll be followed by Jerry Remy, the second baseman. Batting third is the left fielder, Jim Rice. Batting cleanup, Carlton Fisk. Center fielder, Fred Lynn, will bat fifth. Gary Hancock is the DH today, batting sixth. Dwight Evans in right field bats seventh. George the Boomer Scott will hit eighth. And Butch Hobson, the third baseman, hits ninth. So again, Kyle Yastrzemski out of the lineup. I believe he still is available, though, to come off the bench as he did in the last game. So the defense behind McLaughlin is going to be Stanton in left, Jones in center, and Roberts in right. Stein, Reynolds, Cruz, and Meyer in the infield. And Bill Plummer behind the plate. As you can see their ratings here, so I won't go over those again, as we did it in the last game. So that is your defense behind McLaughlin. McLaughlin comes in with a 3-7 record. It's 4-8 on the actual season, with a 4.12 earned run average, 74 innings pitched, 61 hits allowed, 31 walks, and 55 strikeouts, and has surrendered 9 homers. So Rick Burleson steps to the plate first for the Red Sox here in the top of the first. Comes in with a 276 average, still stuck on that 1 home run and 40 runs batted in. He would hit 5 on the season. So McLaughlin looks in for the sign from Plummer. Nods his head, kicks and delivers. And it's going to be off the 6th column of McLaughlin. And that will be a pop-up to second. Cruz is there, calls for it, and makes the catch. So 1 up and 1 down. Brings up Jerry Remy, hitting .294 with 2 homers and 35 runs batted in. It's going to be off the 3 column, which is not his best column. And that's a line out to first. Meyer makes the catch for out number 2. So that'll bring up Jim Rice with the bases empty. He's hitting .307 with 35 homers and 102 runs batted in. And be off his 2 column, which will be another strikeout. So Red Sox go 1, 2, 3 in the first. So headed to the bottom of the first. The Red Sox nothing, and Seattle coming up. Mike Torres on the hill. Mike Torres is 14-5 on the season, with a 3.21 earned run average. Has 191 innings pitched, 183 hits allowed. So he's faring much better in the ratio of innings pitched to hits. Has less hits than innings pitched, which is where you want to be. On the season, he actually had 22 more hits than innings pitched. 65 walks and 94 strikeouts, and has surrendered 15 homers. So the lineup for the Seattle Mariners is going to be Julio Cruz, the second baseman, bats first. He'll be followed by Craig Reynolds, the shortstop. Batting third is Rupert Jones, the center fielder. Leon Roberts is the right fielder hitting cleanup. Bruce Bochy is the DH, batting 5th. Dan Meyer, the first baseman, will hit 6th. Leroy Stanton, the left fielder, hits 7th, followed by Bill Stein, the third baseman. And Bill Plummer behind the plate, hitting 9th. So Hobson and Scott are playing in for the Red Sox. Defense behind Torres is going to be Rice, Lynn, and Evans in the outfield. Hobson, Burleson, Remy, and Scott in the infield. And Fisk behind the plate. So Torres looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. And he strikes out Cruz to start the game. That'll bring up Craig Reynolds. Craig Reynolds comes in hitting .288 with 5 homers and 44 runs batted in. Extremely close to his power numbers. 5 homers and 44 exactly, with only 4 points off of his average. Still 125 or so at bats left. So we'll most likely eclipse the home run and definitely the RBI total, I would think. And has walked 36 times, one more than his actual in the season, 35 strikeouts, and has stolen actually 5 more bases than he has on the actual season with 14. So here's the pitch to Reynolds. It's going to be off of his 3 column. He's going to get a good one hit here. And that'll be a base hit to right. So 1 up and 1 down and runner on first for Rupert Jones. Jones comes in hitting .239 with 6 homers and 39 runs batted in. Very close to his numbers for the actual season. And Reynolds is going to be off to the races as Torres is not very good at holding runners on. And we're going to hold on to the... we'll throw. Why not? And he'll be in there with steal number 15 for the season. So runner in scoring position with 1 down. It's going to be off the 5 column. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. Evans is there. And he'll make the catch as Reynolds holds at second. Fisk goes out the top to Torres on the hill. Next up, Leon Roberts. Roberts comes in hitting .280 with 16 homers and 68 runs batted in. It's going to be out the 2 column, and that'll be a line out to Burleson for out number 3. So after 1 full, no score. Fisk will lead it off. The Red Sox in the top of the second. Comes in hitting .302 with 16 homers and 70 runs batted in. Here's the pitch by McLaughlin. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. Jones sprints over and makes the catch. So that'll bring up Freddie Lynn. Freddie Lynn hitting .298, which is exactly what he hit on the season, with just 1 home run behind his actual total of 22 or 21. 73 runs batted in. It's going to be off the 1 column, which will be a 1-out walk. So Lynn is the first base runner for the Red Sox. It brings up Gary Hancock. Hancock's made the most of his playing time lately. He averaged up to .326 with 4 runs batted in. And it'll be off the 3 column. And that's going to be a ground ball to Cruz at second, over to second for 1, back to first. And they turn 2. So the Red Sox do not score in the top of the second. Seattle will have Bhakti, Meyer, and Stanton up against Torres. Bhakti comes in hitting .242 with 7 homers and 43 runs batted in. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be off his 3 column. And that's going to be a foul ball. Fisk has a play on it. Hobson's going after it, and Fisk will make the play for out number 1. So let's check out some scores here. Milwaukee is ahead of Cleveland 2-0. Yankees lead California 3-2. Minnesota shutting out Texas 3-0, and Baltimore ahead of Oakland 2-0. So Dan Meyer up now with 1 down, hitting .231 on the season, which is where he should be, but has showed a lot more power than he did on the actual season. Has 15 homers, only had 8 on the actual season, with almost his RBI total with 54 when he had 56 on the season. So it's going to be off the 6th column. And Meyer continues his power surge as he hits a solo home run, as Lynn can just watch it go. So Meyer has doubled his home run total of the season with 16 now. And the Mariners go up 1-0. Stanton up to the plate now, hitting .231 with a homer and 18 runs batted in. And he'll line up to Remy for out number 2. But I'll bring up Bill Stein, the third baseman, hitting .234 in the season with 5 homers and 32 runs batted in. Has 1 more homer than he did on the actual season. And he'll get a base hit to left, just past the reach of Burleson. Rice comes in and plays it on a hop. So 2 outs and a runner on first for Bill Plummer. Plummer hitting just .198 with 3 homers and 10 runs batted in. He has 1 more home run than he did on the actual season. Stein's back safely. It's going to be off the 1 column. And that'll be a walk. So Stein will move up to second. So it'll put runners on first and second with 1 down. Seattle already with a run home on the solo home run by Meyer. Miss Mag's making some noise here. She's telling me she's getting the trivia question ready. And it's off the 4 column. And it's going to be a range check on Burleson. He'll get in front of it. And he'll make the play over to first to end the inning. But Seattle does score in the solo homer by Meyer, and after 2 full, lead at 1-0. So McLaughlin now with the lead will pitch to Evans. Evans comes in hitting .243 with 19 homers and 68 runs batted in. Already has 5 more RBIs than he did on the actual season. And that's a ground ball to Cruz. He's up with it over to Meyer for out number 1. So it'll bring up the boomer, George Scott. .243 hitter on the season with 11 homers and 39 runs batted in. Going to be off the 1 column. And that's a ground ball to Reynolds. Reaches, hits a bouncer. Fires to Myers for out number 2. So that'll bring up Butch Hobson. Hobson hitting .274 in the season with 12 homers and 51 runs batted in. It's going to be off the 6th column. And this one's hit a long way. It's going to be extra bases. And Hobson rounds second, but will hold there. So Hobson on with a 2-out double. That'll bring up Burleson. Popped out his first time up. So Burleson with a chance to tie the game. It's going to be off the 1 column. And it's ground ball to Stein. Scoops it up and fires to first. The Red Sox do get their first hit on a double by Hobson, but leave him stranded there. So after 2.5, it's still Seattle 1 and Boston nothing. Reynolds will lead it off for the Mariners here in the 3rd. Singled his first time up. And he'll line it out to Remy for out number 1. So Jones flew out his first time up, comes to the plate. And that'll be a ground ball to Burleson, range check. He'll get in front of it. And make the play over to Scott for out number 2. So Leon Roberts up now, lined out his first time up. And he'll line out to Hobson for out number 3. So after 3 full, it's Mariners lead at 1-0. So Remy will lead it off for the Red Sox here in the top of the 4th. He lined out his first time up. It's going to be off the 3 column. And that's a ground ball to Reynolds at short. Snares it and throws over to first. Gets Remy by a step. So Milwaukee continues to lead Cleveland 2-0. California's tied up the Yankees, now 3-3. And you can check out the other scores there. So Jim Rice up now, strikeout victim his first time up. And he'll strike out once again. So Rice has been up twice and he's struck out twice. So then we have Colin Fisk, who flew out his first time up. And it'll be a range check on the pitcher. 1 through 4 will be a hit. And he gets in front of it. Throw pulls Meyer off the bag. And Fisk will be on the error by McLaughlin. So the Red Sox with a 2-out base runner here. Brings up Freddie Lynn, who walked his first time up. And this will be a range check on Plummer. Oh, it looks like it might be a wild pitch here. Ooh, and a possible error, too. So it's going to be an error by Plummer. Not sure exactly what went off there. So the second error for Seattle puts runners on first and second. So Hancock with a chance to put the Red Sox on the board. Ground out into a double play his first time up. And strike 3 called. So Hancock can't get it done. And the Red Sox cannot take advantage of the 2 errors by Seattle. And it remains 1-0 after 3.5. So Bakhti to lead it off here in the Mariner 4th. He fouled out to Fisk his first time up. This time he'll get a single up the middle. So the leadoff runner is on for Seattle. Brings up Dan Meyer. He homered to put Seattle on the board. His 16th of the season. And Bhakti's trying to get a lead. Can't seem to get one. And Meyer will pop this one up to Remy. He'll call for it and make the catch. So one down now for Leroy Stanton. Leroy comes in. Actually lined out his first time up. This time he'll strike out. So Torres gets his second K of the day. Brings up Bill Stein with 2 down. Singled off Torres his first time up. This time hits a ground ball back to Torres. Fires over to first, and that'll do it. So after 4 full, it remains 1-0 Seattle. Red Sox will send the bottom third of the order, Evans, Scott, and Hobson up against McLaughlin. Evans grounded out his first time up. And this time he'll strike out. 4th K for McLaughlin. That'll bring up Scott. Scott grounded out in his first at-bat. And that'll be a range check on Cruz. Cruz with a 2 range. And he gets in front of it. Oh, and he's going to boot it. He drops it for an error. So Seattle with their 3rd error allows Scott to get on with 1 down. Hobson doubled his first time up. And he'll draw a walk, so the Red Sox get something going here in the 5th. Runners on first and second with 1 down for the Rooster. Rooster 0 for 2 on the day. Ooh, this ground ball to Stein. This could be 2 over to second for 1. Back to first. And the Red Sox rally is killed in the 5th. So halfway through, Seattle continues to lead at 1-0. Plummer will come up first for Seattle in the home half of the 5th. He walked his first time up. And this time he strikes out, though. Strike 3 called. So we're at 1 down here in the Seattle 5th. Brings up Julio Cruz. Struck out in the 1st and grounded out in the 2nd. And this one hits a ground ball to Hobson at 3rd. Retires him for out number 2. Reynolds 1 for 2 up now. Grounds 1 to Remy. Score at 4-3 to retire the side. So a pitcher's duel here in Seattle as the Mariners continue to lead at just 1-0. The only run was a solo home run by Myers, 16th of the season. So Jerry Remy will lead it off for the Red Sox, 0 for 2 so far today. Hits this one to right. Routine fly. Roberts ranges over and makes the catch. That'll be up Jim Rice. Jim Rice is unable to figure out McLaughlin lit. He's been up twice and he's struck out twice. And this could be a 3rd strikeout possibly. And it is. So Jim Rice has a 3 strikeout day going. He had 1 game this season where I believe he struck out 4 times. Hopefully he won't duplicate that today. So to bring up Fisk. Reached on an error his last time up, 0 for 2 officially. Grounds out to Cruz. To end the Red Sox top of the 6th. So the Red Sox unable to figure out McLaughlin, only have 1 hit off of him. A double by Hobson. So it's going to be Jones, Roberts, and Bhakti, the heart of the order up for Seattle. Jones hitless on the day. And it'll be a range check on Rice. He'll get in front of it. And make the catch for out number 1. So one down now for Leon Roberts. He's lined out twice so far. This time he'll hit a grounder to Remy. Gets in front of it. Oh, it looks like he makes a rare play here. Let's see what this is. Nothing that exciting there. So 2 outs now in the Seattle 6th. Moves up Bhakti. 1 for 2. Singled his last time up. Grounds out to Remy. So Torres himself has only given up 4 hits and just 1 run. And it remains 1-0 after 6 full. Lynn reached on an error his last time up and walked it in the second, so officially 0 for 1 with a walk. Gets a good one to hit here. And this one is going to go a long way. Could this go out? Ooh, it's going to be off the top of the wall. And Lynn will be there with a stand-up double. Corners are playing in for Hancock, Stein, and Meyer. So Hancock with a chance to tie the game here. And, oh, Cruz makes a nice catch there. So Lynn has the hold at second. So that brings up Dwight Evans, 0 for 2 on the day. And he strikes out for the second time. So it'll be up to the Boomer if the inning is to continue. He did reach on an error, officially 0 for 2. And he strikes out. So 7 Ks now from McLaughlin, gets out of the jam. And Seattle holds on to their 1-0 lead at 7th inning stretch time. So the longest All-Star game was in 1967 at Anaheim Stadium. How many innings were played? That was the year I was born. I'm going to guess and say, I'm going to say 15 innings. For some reason 15 sticks in my head. I don't know why. Alright, so lock in your answers. Trivia question brought to you by Mr. Brody and Miss Mags. Here we go. It was 15. Wow. Somehow I remember that. Not that I remember it, but I remember reading about it or looking it up or something. So thank you, Mr. Brody and Miss Mags, for that trivia question there. Of course, nowadays they don't go extra innings usually. Unless I think both teams agree on it. I'm not sure if that's the actual way they do it now, but anyway, because no longer is the All-Star game dependent upon who gets home field advantage. They did that for a few years, but they don't do that anymore. All right, so I'll bring up Dan Meyer against Torres here in the bottom of the 7th after the 7th inning stretch. Meyer responsible for the only run with a solo home run back in the 2nd. Here's the pitch by Torres. And it'll be a grounder back to him over Scott for out number 1. Leroy Stanton up now, 0 for 2 on the day. Strikes out for the second time. Torres now with 4 Ks on the day. Brings up Stein with 2 down. Single back in the 2nd, 1 for 2 on the day. And it'll be a fly ball to Rice. Range check on Rice. Gets in front of it. And he'll make the play for out number 3. So attendance just 10,933. So Seattle is going to make a defensive change. Hale will bat 7th and play left field. Hale above average range with a very good error rating and an average arm. So Hobson has 1 of 2 Red Sox hits on the day. He's also walked. Well, he'll fly up to Hale. So Hale immediately gets tested and makes the catch. for out number 1. Rick Burleson 0 for 3. Hit that 0 for 4 as he'll fly out to Hale. So Hale makes his second catch of the inning. So Jerry Remy up with 2 down and nobody on. He'll line 1 to Stein at third. So the Red Sox go in order in the 8th and remains 1-0 Seattle. So Torres back out on the hill. 81 pitches through 7 innings. Very economical. Plummer 0 for 1 with a walk. It's going to be a range check on Scott. He'll get to it. Flips it to Torres for out number 1. So Cleveland is tied at Milwaukee. They're tied 3-3, and California's pulled ahead of the Yankees 6-5. So top of the order, Cruz up now with a 1 down. Cruz 0 for 3 on the day. And make that 0 for 4 as he flies out to Evans for out number 2. So it'll be Reynolds. Reynolds has one of the Seattle 4 hits, 1 for 3. Grounds out to Remy. So the Seattle goes in order in the 8th. So the Red Sox with their last chance here. We'll have Rice, Fisk, and Lynn. They have the guys up they want. Except Rice has struck out 3 times against McLaughlin. See what he can do here. He could tie it with 1 swing of the bat. At least he gets good one on it, but Hale is there to make the catch. So 1 down in the Red Sox 9th brings up Fisk. 0 for 3. And it's a range check on Reynolds. He'll get in front of it. And make the play for out number 2. So the Red Sox down in their last out. Freddie Lynn to the plate. Lynn walked in the 2nd, reached on an error by the catcher Plummer in the 4th, and doubled in the 7th. The Red Sox have 2 hits, both of them doubles. One by Hobson and one by Lynn. So let's see what Lynn can do here. And they got to pitch around Lynn. And he gets behind him. And decides to put him on. So it's going to be a Gary Hancock. I think we're going to pinch hit for Hancock. See if Yastrzemski is on the... Oh yeah. Kyle Yastrzemski will come and pinch hit once again. So the captain, Kyle Yastrzemski, comes up now. 271 hitter on the season with 11 homers and 53 runs batted in. Lynn takes his lead off first. Here's the pitch to Yastrzemski. And Yastrzemski will draw the 2-out walk. So that'll move the tying run into scoring position. Dwight Evans a chance here. Evans 0 for 3 on the day. As Plummer goes out the top to McLaughlin, make sure they're on the same page. Goes back behind the plate. McLaughlin looks in for the sign. Looks at the runners. And after all that, he'll be pulled from the game. So they're going to bring in the closer, Romo. Not Tony Romo, Enrique Romo. 4-7 on the season with 10 saves. Which is exactly what he had for the season with 10 saves. 346 earned run average. 81 innings pitched, 73 hits allowed. 37 walks and 43 strikeouts. 10 home runs surrendered. And this one's going to bounce away and both runners will move up. So the tying run just 90 feet away. The go-ahead run, Yastrzemski on second. Alright, so here we go. Here's the pitch to Evans. Oh, and he's going to line out on the check swing. Soft line drive to Reynolds, and that'll do it for the Red Sox. So the Red Sox lose a tough one here, 1-0 to Seattle. They did actually lose this game in real life. So the Red Sox lose a pitcher's duel here by a score of 1-0. Let's check this out here. So McLaughlin gets the win, 4-7, 8 2/3 innings. Only 2 hits allowed, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. Romo gets his 11th save of the season, pitches a third, just the one batter, Evans, gets him the line out. Torres definitely deserved better. Pitched 8 innings, allowed only 4 hits, 1 run, it was earned, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. 1 homer, and which was to Dan Meyer, the only run of the game. So for Seattle, Cruz was 0 for 4, Craig Reynolds 1 for 4, Jones 0 for 3, Roberts 0 for 3, Lochte was 1 for 3, Meyer was 1 for 3 with a solo homer, Stanton was 0 for 3, Hale was 0 for, well, did not get an official at bat, came as a defensive replacement. Stein was 1 for 3, and Plummer 0 for 2. So for the Red Sox, only hits were by Hobson and Lynn. Lynn 1 for 2, and Hobson 1 for 2. Everybody else was an 0 for, except for Yastrzemski, who walked in his only plate appearance, pinch hit appearance. So that is it. I guess we're gonna give. I think we'll give it to McLaughlin. McLaughlin's going to get the player of the game there. 8 2/3, just 2 hits allowed, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts. So let's take a look at the standings. So the standings after today is going to be Milwaukee, a 1.5 game lead over the Yankees, and the Red Sox are 3.5 games behind now. California has a 2-game lead over the Angels and a 4-game lead over Texas. So tomorrow's game will be Thursday, August 24th. It's going to be the Red Sox are not playing. Milwaukee's playing. So we'll play these games through. And Milwaukee wins. So they'll gain 1/2 games. Red Sox now 4 games out. Yankees 2 games. As they were both idle. And we'll play the games from Friday the 25th. Red Sox are going to start a series against the California Angels. So tough series there. Milwaukee's going to play Detroit. And the Yankees will host Oakland. So Milwaukee shuts out Detroit 2-0, and the Yankees beat Oakland 8-4. So the Red Sox need a win to keep pace, and it's going to be Don Ossie, the ex-Red Sox, on the mound for the Angels against Dennis Eckersley at Fenway Park. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. My co-host, Mr. Brody here, snoozing away on a rainy Friday night. April 27th of 2018. And so we'll be playing this game, which is from August 25th of 1978 against the California Angels. So take care, God bless, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.